talking into the wall. Lay awake in your bed at night till your tears begin to fall. Then you look to the hills where your help comes from. By the power of the Lord, you know.
Greetings with the Holy Word Peace and welcome to Porch Talk. I'm Pastor Donnie and this is my daughter.
Hi, I'm Donnie Lachey.
Girl, do you know how many gifts you got? Do you know that when God equips us with gifts, he wasn't playing. He just go gift. And then you have to go and work that gift.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you find out later in life, I didn't even know I had this gift.
Another gift.
Another gift. And that's how God does us.
Oh, child.
So we have a beautiful lady here today
we
that's
do.
gifted. She is so gifted. And I saw her on Facebook. I was like, she's got to come on Porch Talk. She is really gifted. She's a teacher.
Okay.
How long have you taught? 30?
I've taught about 30 years.
Who you talking to, Ma?
What's her name?
My name is Lurleen Franklin.
Laura Lynn Franklin.
Laura Lynn Franklin.
Laura Lynn.
Welcome.
That's right. Poet, artist, mother. That's a gift all by itself.
Oh, yeah.
And she's very gifted, and she's bright. She's illuminated. She illuminates.
Okay.
If she walk in the room, you could feel her illumination. And this is my first time meeting her face to face. Seeing her on Facebook, she was illuminating on Facebook. So she's illuminating.
Okay.
She draws. And I bet you didn't know that, did you? Did you know you?
No, I didn't know I was illuminating. Thank you. I will use that.
Thank you so much for coming here with us, Sister Franklin.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. And so you chose to talk about Psalms 23, verses 5 and 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping you will enlighten me with that. He prepared a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. I've had to perceive enemies in a different way.
Right.
I had to perceive it in a different way. I did not understand that when people were saying, well, you really don't have any enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Because God brings certain things to you so you can grow.
Right.
Spiritually grow and elevate. That's where I did not really understand that concept or get that.
Yeah, maturity. It comes in that line of maturing and going through hard times, and then you realize it was only for my good, and it's made me stronger.
Yeah.
And that's the part that we don't really want to go through. Don't let me be strong right now. Mm-hmm. I won't go anything to be strong. Just let me be strong. No, but you have to go through to get the strength. You have to pick up the barbells in order to get the muscles.
Right. And
What?
You gotta pray.
You gotta pray.
Yeah.
Yep. So let me read this scripture. So she chose Psalms 23, verses 5 and 6, but y'all know how this goes. So let me start at 1. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So he's telling us that he's our provider. He's going to take care of us. Just like the sheep out in the fields, wolf come, storms come, different things come, but the shepherd is the protector. And so he prepares a table before us in the presence of his enemies. The wolves are out there in sheep's clothing.
right.
All right, so he still gives us the spirit of discernment to even see the enemy as we look him in the eye.
Right.
And so he lets us know that he has, even though we're here, when I was working, I had to literally sit in front of my enemies to eat my lunch every day, which were my bosses and some of my coworkers, because I had a disability going on, and I couldn't work like everybody else, and so they didn't like that, so they wanted me to do what they were doing, but I couldn't. And so sometimes God sets us up and sit there, and and I had this. I would have my Bible, reading my Bible or studying or whatever, and so He prepares a table before us, and they see us, and we're eating good,
Right.
and we want for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then He anoints our head with oil. We fresh, you know. We got a life to do. And don't say we don't. We're not saying we're not struggling, and we don't want to be hated on. We don't want to be disliked, but sometimes we are. But we still smiling through it.
Mm-hmm.
That can't take us out.
Yes.
That can't take us down.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're doing what they're doing, and they're confused because she shouldn't even want to be smiling right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just talked bad about her, and she heard me.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still going on. And nothing taking her out. Ain't nothing taking him out.
Yeah,
All
I
right?
did all this. You should really be looking bad now, but you're not, and I don't understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the enemy sees you,
Mhm.
and he's like, really?
Mm-hmm.
We got to try another route to go make her go down. Still didn't go down.
But you know what? I don't anymore. I don't even perceive them as enemies.
Right.
I perceive them as tests that takes their power
Exactly.
away.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the growth.
And they have a purpose. They're serving a purpose for me, and I'm supposed to be serving a purpose for them.
Right.
Or they may not even get that I'm supposed to be serving a purpose, and they're supposed to be working on yourself.
Right.
Which it all goes back to, are you working on yourself? Why are you focused on me?
Right.
You need to be working on yourself, like I'm working on myself.
That's right, because you're only here for your own soul salvation. I can't save you. You can't save me. I have to work out my own soul salvation. I give you information. What you gonna do with the information?
And that's it.
Yeah.
And you got to be real detached when you give it. If God is sending you out there to give them the information, you got to do it, but you can't feel like you can't feel invested in whether or not it's going to turn them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you be obedient and you do what He says.
That's it.
And now, sometimes I used to give God the side. You want me to do that?
Yeah.
Give Him the side eye. But I would do it anyway. But now what I'm learning is to keep another level on it where I'm doing it with joy.
Exactly.
And like you're talking about that smile,
Yes.
that is so important. And
Yes.
it's disarming. And for a while, I don't feel like smiling. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to smile. This is a mess.
I have gone through dark times, depressed times, and the Spirit of the Lord said, just start smiling. I'm at home by myself.
Yes.
And He told me to just start smiling. And it just faded away.
And sometimes I catch myself, I'm smiling, and and then my other part of myself says, why are you smiling? but I'm smiling, and I'm happy.
Right.
And it's just no external reason why.
Exactly.
And that's because that peace and that joy it's got to be grounded inside of you.
Amen. What's up?
Several things. So one of the, really not several, maybe like two. So one of the things I want to say, when you were saying, I'm not going to even go into that part because I can't fully remember. But a lot of times when people judge us and we continue to be ourselves and it's making them mad, and you were saying that they're not getting it at that particular point. Like,
Right.
why, like, you're making me mad. Why I mean,
you're not
they're
upset?
trying to make you mad, and why you're not upset. And you were saying that they don't get it. A lot of times they won't get it right at that moment. And like you were saying, they're a test. Everything that we go through, whether it's you or the next person, everything that we go through is a test.
Right.
So it could be months or later on from
Years.
now. Yeah, it could be years where that person is humbled, and then your face will pop in their head and say, oh, this is how Miss
went
Franklin, yeah, this is how Miss Franklin was able to transition to this. This is why I couldn't bother her.
Yes.
Sometimes they may not even notice, but God has a way of humbling people And I forgot the second thing. So
That's good enough.
I'm
That's
gonna leave
good
it at
enough. That's
that.
good enough. Gotta think on that for a minute.
So he said, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. So I want to be in the right. I want to be in the right standards with God. I want to be in the right place for myself. Because in order for me to obtain the goodness and mercy, I got to know that He is protecting and guiding and leading me as my shepherd, and I'm His sheep. And so I'll dwell in His house when the time comes. We're gonna be steadfast, unmovable, abounding in the word of the Lord. So, and staying in His work.
Accept that, and just one thing was I had a control freaky type of just deal. I gotta get it done. I gotta get it done right. Like you were saying with the people, you want to see the result, and then you just all that impatience, but that's your ego. You know what I'm saying? You have to release that.
Yeah, I
You
told
have to,
myself I'm not arguing with this. This is an object. I'm not arguing with this object anymore.
and that's
If
it. It's an object. See how you have to
yeah,
really just
this is not gonna beat me. Oh, you can have it. I'm
yeah.
gonna go sit down till I figure it out later.
Yeah, so situations are like that because they really have no energy. I mean, the energy is what you give them. They don't have any energy. Like that table right there, it has no energy.
No energy.
And that's what percolates in your mind, what you build up in your mind about the situation.
Yep.
That's
Whether it's a
in a
person,
sense, you
place,
can be your own enemy.
right?
You know,
Whether it's a person, place, or a thing, you can argue with that thing. I fight with that thing,
it's a thing.
and
It's a thing.
once
Okay.
you relax yourself and stop being in that chaotic mood in your mind, you can figure it out. Cause God already got it for you.
Yeah, your mind.
He gonna already fix it
You're
for
right.
you.
Your mind got to be quiet. You have to get quiet before you hear.
Sorry for us overthinkers.
It's too deep. I'm
It
sorry.
is. It is overthinkers. We all at a period, but when we grow, and you don't have to wait till you get our age to understand this. That's the reason why we want to teach it, so other people can understand it. It don't have to be that way. It's not that crucial.
And it's not an age thing. It is
Right.
not an
No.
age. Everybody think, well. Once we get older, I know some old fools, and I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Old ones,
Some
fools,
old fools, and they're in the same spot they were in
30 years ago.
middle school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh shoot, it is. I'm telling you the truth.
Nah,
I know you've met some people.
Or even worse than where they were in middle school. And I was thinking how sometimes the people you go to school with, you see them, of course, you young, and everybody has their expectations when they're young of what they expect for their life to be like, or they have their goals, or
Right.
just different things that they look at, and it don't always go that way. Somebody that you thought was gonna be an entrepreneur could be that person that's on that corner. Like,
Yes, you don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
You don't know. And
Like they
you know,
say, the mind is a terrible thing to waste, and it really is. But you can't let other people snip your life. And so I've made a turnaround. I've said, well, I'm going to do what I need to do for me. I've reached out and tried to help other people do what they do in their ministry and different things. But now it's time for Donnie. And that's what I've done. And so I let go of some things that I was enjoying, but it was time to let it go.
right.
So tell us a little bit about your self-portrait.
Okay, there are 43 self-portraits. The series is called Fable Truth. It was actually reviewed by U.S. Review of Books, and I got a good review for this first volume right here.
Okay.
Okay, and there's 3 volumes.
And what's the name of that?
It's called Fable Truths, Self-Portraits and Poetic Essays by myself, Lillian Franklin, and it's volume 1, 2, and 3.
Where can you get them?
This particular, they are out of print, but I have lots of copies of this
Okay.
right here. So if people would just like go to Facebook and search Fable Truths, they can find my page, reach out to me, and I can provide them with a copy of this.
Okay, so you don't have them on Amazon or anything?
I don't have anything because they're out of print.
Okay.
You want to see them? And so I was called to. God called me to do this series. I didn't even know what it was about.
So I saw your talent that come up all of a sudden. That's a talent. He just threw it in there, didn't he?
Yes, and I started doing them. I think the first year my child was born, 2001,
Okay.
and I've done the portraits over the years until like 2016, and it's built up in a way that I could go on forever and forever. I had experiences in North Dakota that led me to well, for one thing, there are no black people in North Dakota.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So I was there for like 10 years. And so I actually forgot that I was black out there. I actually forgot that I was African American out there, because you know who they don't like out
Right.
there? Native Americans. American, they don't like them.
Right.
And so I actually had Caucasians, white people coming to me, talking to me about Native Americans the way people would talk about black people. And so it was such a strange thing to be
Wow.
outside of that, just listening to that. I almost didn't know what to say. And I'm just like, don't you see that I'm black? And so what I found out was that once I was out of this little heavy race thing of just Memphis, and I went there, my talent started like exploding, because I wasn't living in that box of your race. You can only go so far, and so everything just, and those people started like, they started like celebrating me, and probably because I was black and talented or whatever, and they didn't expect that, but they really started like celebrating me, and I forgot that I was black. There were little things that went on there
Right.
that reminded me, but I was so, I think that's when I got really spiritual, because it was like nothing, the focus wasn't on external stuff, it was on internal stuff and growth. It was on growth and things like that.
So what were you doing what was your occupation there?
I was married to a professor out there, and I was like, I was a student.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a racy story you don't need to know.
Yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah,
Wow.
and so the premise behind Fable Truths, it's about stereotypes. It's about how we meet people and we make an assumption about them based on maybe their appearance within 30 seconds of meeting them.
That's right.
Within 30 seconds of meeting them, we kind of summed them up. So in the book, I got myself as Oprah,
Okay.
and that's the name of that painting is called Cash Cow. Because when we look at people, the words are coupled. The stereotypes are coupled with us looking at them. So Cash Cow, she got money. You know what I'm saying? And she got a weight problem. And so that's how people just kind of like, they tweak it. And you're in that box, and they want to keep you in that box because that's comfortable for them, instead of seeing that you're a more complex situation. So God fed me this series. It was very uncomfortable. It was a struggle doing it, because part of the things I was kind of just giggling, and then I was thinking, oh my Lord God, you want me to put this out here in the world?
It's a lot.
Is it?
It's a lot.
It was supposed to be triggering. It's supposed to be triggering.
It's different.
You want something you want to read?
Well, so no, I didn't. Okay, so basically, of course, y'all just saw me skim through the book. So I go through this one, because it's the one that I went through. So each page has a self-portrait. I'm gonna do this one, because this is the one that it opened up to. So this one is called Bird Brain Eggheads. I'm not. Hopefully y'all can. Oh, well, the light is on it. If you can see the picture a little bit, and then on the other side, there's a poetry, a story, or what I can't get the
Poetic
word.
essay.
Poet. Thank you. Poetic essay called "Flood and Gory." Does that say that right?
Flood and Gore, as
Flood
in
and
Al
Gore.
Gore. That was when Al
Yeah.
Gore, yes.
Y'all have like you really gotta you gotta see it. This one is Jesus Freak, which is this picture here. That one is called Jesus Freak, and what they say, preachy and
Preachy Nietzsche,
preachy
as in
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche, the philosopher, who does not believe in the
Right.
existence of God.
So if you notice at the bottom, so you have is the picture is a picture has 1,000 words. So each picture itself has 1,000 words, and it's crazy. So you have the holier than thou lady that is above, and then you have the picture surrounding it, and at the bottom, y'all
It's
y'all
a
got it.
picture of, it's really supposed to represent Jesus, but that's really an artist. And so that's just
Right.
your perception that this is the way Jesus looked. Jesus,
Frankenstein.
monster.
Right.
Jesus, freak. Jesus, freak. And then the thorns around the head.
Yeah.
And so people want to just, they want to immediately make those assumptions.
Assumptions.
They want to
Right.
immediately make those assumptions. And also on the flip side, where people want to immediately make those assumptions, we do have people who are out there and they're doing all the holier than thou preaching that does not, just really driving people away, and they're not really connecting with you.
Yes.
The judgmental stuff
Right.
that the people cannot connect with that. So she's like got her nose up in the air, and that's a picture of me. See, it looks like me. And so I had to actually look at pictures of other people and myself and merge it. And it's also going to say that we're all interconnected.
Right.
The deal is, you could say, well, I'm offended by this, I'm not like this. But if you were triggered by it, that means it has a place in your consciousness.
Yes.
And that you are part of it, and you're
Yes.
interconnected. And so at least that should help you to forge the way. You should at least forge the way for a conversation. And so that's how I want to set up my shows. And I have all 43 on the wall.
Right.
And people go around and look at it, where it's a conversation. Not people just going to a show when they got their little fancy biscuit and they got their little plastic cup of Coke and yes,
And tea or whatever.
and tea or whatever. And and they're not engaged with the art. Art is like, and people say, well, you're too preachy. Art is advocacy to me. That's how art had.
Cat Tea Party line.
And that's about gossip, that one. And you know what? I did that painting before the tea party. Before people talking about, yeah, let's sip the tea. I did all that before that.
I think this is actually is pretty cool because it's almost like a TV show. You know how you'll have a TV show where
Series.
it's a series, but it's different people. So it's like one show, it'll talk about this person and what they do, and you can probably have one person that was in that last series that goes to the next one, but dealing with a whole nother different situation or a whole nother different type of person. But like you said, everything is all connected because we're still all human.
We're all connected. We are
Right.
all connected.
Connected. Yeah.
And so, and one thing I noticed at one of the shows I had it at Christian Brothers, and it was named as a event of the year at Delta State. But at Christian Brothers, it was this one particular guy, and then I draw a diverse mix of people.
Right.
And he was looking at this one painting. It's a kind of a Latino woman holding a donkey. It was called Hot Ass. And he was looking at it, and he was like, and then he just became self-conscious and started just kind of saying, anybody see me looking and laughing at this? But we got to admit, that we laugh at things. The deal is to admit that is there.
Yeah.
Don't go around and pretend that you don't think like that.
Right.
I think like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you want to heal, you got to acknowledge it.
That's true.
That's most definite.
A lot of people are afraid that they are the only person that is that way, and a lot of people fail to realize you not the first.
You're not the first.
You're
Won't be
not
the
the
last.
first, right? And you definitely won't be the last. I have to explain that to my children a lot because I have a child that felt like he was weird. There are a lot of people like you, and he's now finding that there are people like him out there, but
You know what? Once you accept it, that's when God will bring your tribe in.
yeah.
That's when those
That's
people
when-
you'll
and-
connect
yeah,
to, and that's when you will go
That's
forward.
right. That's right. He connects us with the people we
Like
like.
people. Yeah.
But you gotta heal. You gotta do the work. You know, you can't.
And it's so crazy that even if you are what is it, a person that kills people, he connects those people.
Yeah.
Those people connect. Those spirits connect. They can
They
find the
do.
weak people to get them to do
And
whatever they want them to do. Just like the spiritually minded people connect with spiritually minded people.
Yeah. Lack
Christian
attracts
spiritually
lack.
minded
You're right.
people. So it connects.
Lack
you said.
attracts lack.
Yeah,
Or birds of a feather flocks together.
For sure.
All
For
that.
it's
sure.
amazing.
It can flock and fly and fall too.
Yeah. They can definitely fall.
Definitely fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So do you have another show coming up?
It's weird, but Spirit called me to, cause I hadn't really had a show with this until like maybe 2016. But God told me to revisit this. See, just even producing these books, I did this myself because He told me to produce the books. Cause it's a thing like build it, and they will come or whatever. I don't know what it's about, but I just knew I was at a point where I didn't really understand how deeply I was connected to this. Now I have stories, things that I'm facing now that do directly connect to this, besides just the social level where everybody else can connect to it. And so it has helped me to heal because I'm speaking it on Facebook.
Okay.
And for the longest time, it's just certain things I didn't want to, I just couldn't, I didn't want to voice.
Right.
And walking on eggshells, you know.
And that and the God allows us to become free through those things.
Yes.
That's what it is. And a lot of people don't understand. That's the reason why you can talk about me and treat me bad or whatever, because I'm free.
You free, you have nothing to hide. And I'm
Like
telling
that.
my story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And whatever you think, well, shoot, she's, you know, I'm staying up at night thinking what you gonna roll out and reveal about me. Shoot, I'm revealing this stuff right now.
That's
so
right.
so I'm neutralizing whatever power you think you got. You don't have any, and I feel free.
Free. Free.
That's true.
I've done 11 so far on Facebook. I got like 30 something more to go.
Well, just keep going. 'Cause I tell you, it's awesome. It's really awesome to be able to do what it is that God has assigned in your life.
Right.
You know, and like I said, we go through certain trials and tribulations in life for reasons, and once we go through them and we finish, get there,
Right.
and like I said, you didn't know what was in you, and here it is pouring out, and it's going to absolutely help others.
And I think it is. Because I put things on Facebook, and I maybe just kind of addressing it to somebody. Of course, I'm not going to use their name. But you know the guilty ones, they'll just say, well, she talking about me? Yeah, I am. And I'm deliberately doing that. But I've been told that some of the things that, how did you know that? You were supposed to see that, whatever I posted, at exactly the moment you were supposed to see it. And we have to consider ourselves as conduits for God. We don't know who we helping.
That's right.
We don't know.
true.
We don't know. And I say the same thing about this show as well as Porch Talk Sunday School that I do on Sunday mornings. People see it, and I don't know because a lot of people don't comment. They don't say anything. But then when they see me in person, I watch you. And I'm like, okay, cool. God is reaching. And sometimes I'll be like, Lord, I don't want to get on Facebook today. But I go. And I don't do it a lot, but I just do it on Sunday mornings.
And that's that sad thing.
Yeah.
But you got you have to smile.
Yeah, we got
You have to smile and you got to do it. You got to feel that joy.
And it feels good once you get started. It's just the getting started. It's almost like washing dishes. I don't want to go wash dishes, but once I'm in there washing, it's all good.
Yeah, shoot, everything clean I can eat now. Yeah.
So tell us how we can find you on Facebook.
Oh shoot, just go to Facebook and search my name, Lurlynn Franklin, LURLYNN Franklin, FRANKLIN, and you'll find me on Facebook. Like I'm saying, I'm building this series, and I'm probably gonna take the videos and end up transitioning them to YouTube.
Okay.
And also they can find it on Fable Truth. You can find my page, join my page, and message me, and you can get that book right there probably. Of course it's for sale, but I hadn't
How much
figured
is
that.
it?
I'm saying about 15 maybe.
Okay. $15 for the book.
About 15. And,
Okay.
And shoot, I keep everybody posted when I know I'm supposed to do something big with that.
Okay. So when God lets you reveal it to you in the time and everything, then hopefully we could be able to join you as well. We thank you so much for coming out and visiting with us on today on Porch Talk. We hope maybe whenever your show get up, the time for it, we can have you come back and talk about it again.
Okay, I will.
Amen.
Great.
Praise God. Well, we thank and praise God for you all joining us tonight on Porch Talk. Don't y'all dare forget to
Look up and live.